Hi, new tiny episode answering the question, how do I know what kind of starseed I am? And also kind of the concept of, well, what kind of starseed are you? What does that mean? I gave like a long-winded explanation, but it's also condensed. So this is me getting my thoughts out, my unfiltered response out. And then there's also a couple interruptions because I saw an albino cardinal. An albino cardinal. Have you ever seen that before? They are fucking beautiful. And I saw one. It was with a non-albino cardinal. And Google it. They're so pretty. I hope I see it again. Also, have you ever taken my quiz that's like, are you a starseed? It's like the fun step one, just to like hop into my world if you're brand new and you're like, am I a starseed? That's kind of the way to scratch the surface, hop on my email list, get directed to some resources. And, who doesn't like a quiz to kind of learn more about themselves? I love that shit. So I'm going to link that in the show notes. I love you. Bye. Hi. FAQ, frequently asked question. What kind of starseed am I and how do I know? So I'm going to have an answer that may be more of like a hot take. Hot take means like it's unpopular, right? Is that what a hot take is? Or unpopular opinion? Are they like the same thing? Whatever. It really doesn't matter, I guess. But anyway, what kind of starseed are you? So by now I've done hundreds of galactic Akashic readings. And what I can tell you is that it's really, not helpful to identify as like, I'm a Pleiadian starseed or I'm an Arcturian starseed, because it's kind of not exactly correct. What it is, when you feel that pull to a specific extraterrestrial group, it's because your experience in those dimensions with those different species is directly contributing to your now experience. It's a part of your karma. And karma is not necessarily bad. It's simply a law of the energetic universe, okay? So it means that in this current density timeline, you are processing dynamics from your lives with this different group. And that experience is having a major influence. Now, you've most likely had many lives with all different sorts of civilizations, unnamed, The reason that there are certain ones that we hear about a lot here is because they have a direct relationship with the seeding of Earth and past civilizations on Earth, like Lemuria and Atlantis. And so you're processing collective karma here now. It's not necessarily that you are a Pleiadian who's now human. It's just not that simple. And then the over-identification with it is a form of attachment that's actually going to keep you stuck. It's kind of a resistance to having chosen to be human. And as humans, we are hybrids. We are hybrid beings. And it's very attractive and exciting to galactic souls to have this experience and be a part of an awakening species. And the purpose wasn't to come here and reject being human. So while you can feel the heavy influence of specific types of starseeds, oh my God, I literally see an albino cardinal. Holy fuck. Oh, I need to take a picture. Hold on. If I move to get a picture, it'll fly away. I'm just gonna have to hold this moment in time. Thank you for being here. Wow. Oh my God, it's literally so beautiful. This is it's like with a red one and it has the like beak, but it's like pale. It's like, I'm PMSing, so everything's making me cry. Okay. What was I even saying? Influence, here now. Yes, so while it's like cool and awesome to connect with these different starseed groups that you feel in resonance with, so that's what it is, it's an energetic resonance with, the point is to use the teachings and use the frequencies to integrate into the human species and on this planet. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole idea of like reptilians and, hijacked timelines and all that jazz. It's really not important. But that's kind of my long-winded but kind of condensed answer to what kind of starseed am I. It's just not a simple answer. Now, when I look at soul origins, I can see like where different fragments of source kind of like came from. So this is where we get into the idea that the Lyran star system is perhaps the starting point of this particular universe. It's quite complicated, honestly. But all right, now I'm rambling, now I'm not making sense, but that's my answer. And if I think of more, I will come back. Okay, I'm back. So, for instance, personal example, I feel incredibly connected to the Palladians, to the Cetacean Sirius B lineage, the Essassani. My main ET that I channel and have a relationship with is Essassani. And I also, feel very connected to all these different groups. When I think of sort of a home, when I go back into memories of like home that felt really safe, I remember the Lyran star system. So I've always felt like if I were to say I'm some sort of starseed, it would be Lyran. But again, I'm kind of doing myself a disservice to over-identify, because really you're here to unify. And when I talk about starseeds and the star child and explore galactic origins with a client, what we're really doing, I'm extracting the karma to really see, well, what did you energetically get attracted to here to process out? And a lot of it's from the Orion Wars. Okay. And then how is it contributing to here and now? Because no energy pattern is a new pattern. So it's going to express itself in this life with people in your life, with situations, with desires you have, with what lights you up, and it's going to be unique for everyone. The problem with over-identifying as a certain type of starseed, again, is you're really limiting yourself, and it's just not true, and it's not so simple. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but this is just kind of how I get ideas out. So I don't really resonate with that. And if you kind of understand where I'm coming from and kind of lean into this more, what would I consider how I look at starseeds? Is it non-dualistic? I don't know. A more like expansive, neutral perspective? I don't know. I'm not saying it's better. It's just, I think it's kind of a next step, perhaps, after the exploration and identification. And okay, bye. Okay, wait, sorry, I'm back. I just got this little ping. So one of the things about over-identifying with like a type of starseed is there's this inner child in your now experience who wants to be human, who wants to be on Earth, who wants to be a magical being on Earth as a human, who wants to take this cosmic remembrance and plant the seed. And so in our adult life, if we are using the identification as a starseed to escape pain, to escape the density, to escape our feelings and this reality, then we're missing something. We're missing something, and it's just going to create more karma, create a disassociate. It's sort of like a disassociation, which I think why a lot of, I mean, if you go into like a Arcturian Starseed Facebook group, like that is unhinged. It is completely disassociative, like borderline psychosis. And there's a fine line between psychic and psychosis. And I feel like I am allowed to talk about this. Someday I'll go into detail about my family lineage with mental health and very serious mental illness, but I have to wait until they are deceased because it's just not even safe for me to talk about it. Like, that's how crazy it is. But anyway, I digress. So you'll see that it can be a very quick, ungrounded pathway, the starseed new age space. And again, it's like disregarding the suffering inner child. And I have a lot of compassion for people who have been through trauma. And even if you don't consider what you've been through trauma, I have a lot of clients who were doing the quantum inner child work, and I'm getting this ping from like, let's say a current example, 3-year-old, so specific. And we're kind of like trying to figure out, and she goes, oh, actually that year my mom like left for a year. There was something with a visa. And this is actually, it's so interesting. I've had multiple clients who've had like a very similar story with this. Anyway, and like around the age of 2, 3, 4. But regardless, this one I have in mind, and I'm sharing with her permission, she like didn't consider that trauma. And because she felt loved, but then when we really went in, there was this like deep feeling of like abandonment and fear and not understanding. We went all into it. And so little moments like that, or big moments, you know, I've shared some of my big moments. Trauma, it's like to take all of that pain and then be able to say, oh, it's because I'm not human. I get it. I get the appeal. But there is an in-between. And two things can be true. You are a human. You chose this planet. And the real desire that you have is to be here now. And I don't say that in a ignore your emotions way. And then the other thing is that you are also a starseed. and that you have an incredible amount of cosmic influence in your field that wants to be awakened. And it's actually not awakening with the over-identification. You're actually suppressing, because then these layers of the inner child, they never get to see the light, baby. Did this make sense? Let me know. Hit me up, DM me, email me. Oh my fucking God, the biggest spider ever. Oh, it's like fucking Animal Planet right now. But this one's inside. All right, bye. Love you, starseeds.